Hi everybody, this is Real Manyuchi from Queensland African Arts and Culture Association, and today we will be interviewing our lovely actress Amy for our short film 45 Seconds. So Amy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, my name is Emily Mburu. I'm here in Queensland and very much a nurse working in mental health.
So with your character is Teresa, by the way.
Yes.
How would you describe Teresa to to your audience?
Teresa is a young girl who has faced trauma, war trauma, physically and emotional. So, coming from Africa, where she went through the battle, she lost everything. And then coming to Australia, she faced emotional um, abuse because, like, she was living in this home whereby the mom wasn't listening to her and she was abused, so it was very difficult for her trying to navigate in a new in a new country, and the challenges were there because the mom wasn't listening to her. So basically Teresa is this girl who is lost, who is trying to you know getting to know the country and also trying to get her mom on her side, but she doesn't have anyone on her side, and but going through a lot.
Is this movie about your story?
No, no. Teresa is very opposite of me. So I come from a very peaceful family and also very supportive family. So I have never gone through abuse myself. So this is not my story. I'm advocating for those people who don't have a voice. So yeah.
Okay, so you being having spent a lot of time with Teresa, is that how I'm supposed to say it? Since you were
Yeah, yeah.
what would you tell us about Teresa?
So Teresa is a teenager girl from Africa. So she's going through a lot, physical and trauma abuse. So we can see Teresa coming from her home country, um, having lost everything, her home, her dad, having seen fight, and also coming to Australia and going through trauma and emotional abuse, whereby she continued going through the abuse even after landing to a place where she would think she would find peace. So, and here we see Teresa trying to explain to her mom what she's going through, and her mom doesn't listen, so she has no any support system at all. So, yeah, that's general Teresa. Yeah.
I understand that the movie was based on a true story.
Uh, yeah, it was based on a true story because, but not my story. I have to clarify that a few times. But in our community, in Australian community, very much in refugee community, I have worked with people and I have seen people who have gone through the story like Teresa's. So the reason why we did this movie is to advocate for people out there who are afraid to come forward to speak about what has been happening. So we are telling our story. I know we don't have the resources for now to like change the narrative, but hopefully in future we can get the system to help out of those people who are suffering, like Teresa did. Is
And is like Teresa's story, is it a story you've heard before, or this was your first time encountering any such a situation?
I come from a very peaceful place. For me, I have never experienced battle like people getting killed on my, you know, watching people getting killed and the people I love. So um, acting as Teresa was an eye opening because that's not something I have experienced. And also, Teresa going to her mom and not her mom not listening to her. I come from a very beautiful family whereby my mom is my best friend, who's like she'll listen to me and she's the one to advise me on one, two, three. But Teresa was the opposite of me. So I was acting as Teresa, but it was a very eye opening to me. I've never experienced that before. So yeah.
That's really good. So how long have you been acting?
Actually, I'm very new in the acting industry because this is actually my first movie. Yeah, so I'm very new in the industry.
Wow, that's amazing. Because after
Yeah.
watching that, I wouldn't believe that it's your first time acting.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty amazing. So where do you want to take your career from here?
I've been thinking of doing more acting because, like, for example, with this movie, which is a short film, we are telling a story, and I just want to advocate for people out there who does not have a voice. So I think telling a story and acting will actually bring people forward who are facing difficulties and challenges in life, who want to come forward and also would like to tell their real story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
The producer and director of this movie called me, and he was telling me what he's planning to do. And at first I was like, no, I can't do acting because it's not in my area of expertise. But again, when I read the script, I was like, oh, this is huge. But again, I was like, oh no, this is not my story. I can't do this. But I just sat down and I was like, no, I need to tell this story. I need to, bring this story to life and inspire people to, advocate for the voiceless, because I know people who go through the abuse. Having been a nurse myself, I have interacted with the people who have gone through the abuse, but they don't have a voice to speak it up. So when I saw the script, I was like, yeah, let's tell this story. So that's how I came to know about this.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Because really being inspired is what really pushed you to go forward with this project.
Yes, it is.
And how was it your first day on set in front of the cameras and the lights?
My my first day on set, first of all, I was nervous. I was shaking a little bit, and then seeing all these people, I'm not, yes, I work in a nursing industry. You find a lot of people, but in acting it's different because the camera in your face. So it was a bit. I was nervous, to be honest. Yeah, but having interacted with the people like my co-actors, yeah, they made it easier for me, and then I was able to act.
Okay, was I a good mother to you? I had to ask.
Yeah, actually, we had a good time doing the acting with you. So.
Oh, do you mean like I was actually good to, like, is Teresa's mother or
in the scene? But as a Teresa's mother, I think the mothers out there, they need to listen to what their children have to say. I know, like, Teresa's mother was trying to, find her feet, and then trying to, defend this man, even if he's like abusive toward her daughter. But again, she was thinking, oh, we are living in his house. He has helped us escape to this country. Not really listening to the trauma the child was going through. So I think it's important that for the mothers out there to be on the side of their children, and then listen to them.
Oh, how was it working with Amos?
Working with Amos was amazing. Amos is an incredible actor. He's amazing. We were able to tell our story. Me acting as Teresa and him as Amos. He kept it professional. And I would like to tell people, Amos is not a rapist, and I wasn't abused. It was just acting. We were trying to tell a story. Yeah.
And how was it working with the director?
So working with director was very good because even though I'm new in the industry, he led me through things like I needed to know. And it was easier. When you work with a director who is helpful and who is there all the time to guide you, it makes the work easier for you. So it was brilliant, and I think I would like to work with George again, so my director.
How challenging was this project for you?
It was very challenging, but like I said, with him, everything came to be, and he was pushy, but I think to make work, to make everything like come to life like we did. Yeah, we need that push. Yeah.
So do you have any projects lined up?
At the moment, not. Um, I don't have any project at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait for this short film to premiere this November, and then from there we're gonna see what life has for me.
With the diversity on the set, how was that for you? Because I noticed we were all from different countries, different heritages, different ages even. How was the dynamics of trying to, communicate across that effectively and be able to produce this great product?
I think the diversity made it easier for us to tell this story because we were trying to, of course the story is based on a young girl, but also the people from different country, we have our different experiences. So the reason why we had that diversity is because to bring up our experiences and also creating this story that we can tell. So the experience we had, it was like sharing the ideas, different ideas, and also with the age different, it's like having the young ones listening to the older generation and also coming together and creating what we did, create something beautiful.
And which part of Africa are you from yourself?
I'm from Kenya myself.
Should be a beautiful place. And which one would you say was your most favorite scene?
Was where I went to fetch the water from the stream, because I remember that reminded me of back home when we used to go, to the stream and get the water. So I think that was favorite because it brought a lot of memories from back then. So yeah, that was my favorite. And I had to do the African attire and African design on my face. So
That should have been fun.
yeah.
And I have to ask this. Which one was the most challenging scene that, you can say this one, whew, for lack of better words?
I think the challenging scene was like where I had to act like I have been raped because there was a lot of emotion there, For me, I have never been abused. So acting that and also trying to, think of putting myself in the shoes of Teresa, that was very challenging bringing that up because I couldn't imagine like people go through that. So very challenging, and it was very emotional. Even for me as an actress, it was very emotional acting that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for any of your audience who have gone through this, because I understand you are a mental health nurse as well.
Yeah.
What advice would you which direction would you point them to so that they can get some help?
So I would like to tell everyone who is going through the abuse or who their children are trying to tell them they have gone through the abuse, please listen to your children, trying to guide them in the right direction. Report this. There's a system out there to help you. So talk to me. The reason why we have different communities is because we can help each other go through the pain, go through the trauma. And also, even if someone helped you to come here and escape from the trouble you had before, they have no right to abuse you because they're giving you a roof or something to eat So do the right thing, report, listen to your children. If they're telling you they are being abused or they're going through something difficult. Yeah, I think that's the message to the people. And very much, it's always good to go for counseling, because if you keep trauma to yourself, you can always go through stress and it's not good for you. So always go find professional help out there.
That's really good advice. And remember, always report any cases that you suspect that, if the child is in danger and things like that.
Yeah.
and for parents to listen. That's very
Yeah.
key and very important.
Yeah.
So with that, I would say thank you.